very special
boy, that's
little
great.
special feature for
On the road again.
USA Road Trip's famous driving destinations.
We play a little Willie Nelson, but
no,
we're not
going to
allowed
play any music. We're not going to play any music.
We ain't playing no damn
Well,
music.
I want to tell you that many will say that going on an epic road trip is the best.
Where's the
and
opening?
really the
Where's the opening screen?
I already flicked it.
Come on, Mars,
gotta
you
pay
need to keep
attention,
up.
dude.
I'm taking notes.
The only way to experience America, this is the land of open road, roadside attractions, and roadside diners. The first one, which this is California Route 1, Pacific Coast Highway 1.
In there.
It starts in San Diego and it ends in Mendocino, California. It is a 656-mile trek, camping in Big Sur if you wish to do that. It's for the ultimate California road trip. Consider driving the entire stretch of Pacific Route 1. This epic route, which should take at least a week, some people take 2, brings you to some gorgeous coastline and small, bustling little towns.
Stunningly beautiful drive.
It's gorgeous.
You
Absolutely.
can stop in at the Hearst Castle just north of Cambria.
You can. The next one we have is Route 66. What a classic. It's a classic road
Get
trip
your
across
kids.
America. It starts in Chicago, Illinois, and ends in Santa Monica, California.
Or if you do the
And that's what the
reverse.
sign looks like in Chicago,
It
Illinois,
does.
right?
It does, and it actually takes Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and of course it ends in California. It's a 2,448-mile trip, and this is the typical Americana, or what they say is America, in the United States. Over the years, Route 66 has been immortalized by Hollywood films, musicians, and novels. One of the best parts of Route 66 is watching the landscape shift from the Great Plains and the Mississippi wetlands into the deserts and mountains of West Coast roadside landscapes. Entering Texas, New Mexico, and Arizona can be surreal, and there's no place like the American Southwest.
And there's all kinds of museums about Route 66 along the drive as well that you could plan on stopping in.
Don't spoil it. They got to take the trip to do it.
Well, we had one of the Route 66 museums on the
I
show
know.
last year.
The next one we're going to go to the other coast, and this is Florida A1A. This is the Overseas Highway. I don't know if I would like to do this, but I'm kind of afraid. It's a 340-mile trip. It's all beaches. It starts in Amelia Island, Florida, and it ends in the Florida Keys. It's a 340-mile distance, like we said, driving across, Mike, what? The Caribbean Sea. Florida A1A runs the entire length of the Atlantic Floridian coast and further into the Caribbean Sea. Portions that connect the mainland to Florida Keys, which they call it the Florida Keys Scenic Byway, used to be called the Transway. You can't do that anymore.
But it can be by, it just can't be trans.
Considered engineering marvel as one of the highlights of the trip. Gliding across the Caribbean and
Have
the
a
likes
gale
of
ride.
Ernest Hemingway's home and Key West. You can also find some more smaller towns, quieter towns like Cocoa Beach and Vero Beach. There's still surfing out there. I got a friend of mine that's from Cocoa Beach. He said it's absolutely gorgeous. Someday we'll do that. But these are trips you got to take for the summertime. The next one, which is my favorite, another route, but this is Route 61. It's called the Blues Highway. It's some of the most significant musical sites in America. It starts in New Orleans and it ends in Wyoming, Minnesota. It goes through Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa, Wisconsin, and of course it ends in Minnesota. It's a 1,400-mile trip, and again, it's America. Route 61 is called the Blues Highway because it's been part of so many American musicians' lives. This means the greatest blues singers, rockers, country wailers at one point have been on this highway to drive to a gig on this road. There's the B.B. King Museum, Heartbreak Hotel, and some of the most hallowed music venues, concert halls in the country are along this route. The infamous crossroads where Robert Johnson supposedly sold his soul to the devil for fame at the intersection of Highway 1 and Highway 8.
Sounds like a Charlie's Daniels band.
I think so. Yep, years ago.
But we're not allowed to play it.
Not allowed to play it. That's right.
No, we're not.
Well,
And I control that over here, so it ain't getting on the air.
And the last one, folks, look in your backyard. You can take a day trip, and I reference this because when
My
we went
backyard
to
does not look like that.
when we went
I can only
to
imagine.
New Braunfels, coming back, Kathy and I had a great time stopping in all these little towns, stopping in all the little barbecue places, buying all the little knickknacks and things. New Braunfels, anything. But this is called Texas Hill Country. It's just west of Austin. The distance depends on you and where you want to go, Conrad. It's not just oil fields and deserts in Texas. You've got greenery. You've got a lot of biking trails, hiking trails, mountain off-road stuff that you can do. Tasty barbecue. Consider a trip in your backyard. I'm looking forward to go to Granbury. It's going to be a blast.
I agree.
Yep.
Well, thank
And
you,
there
sir.
you have it.
Well, that's
Go
great.
enjoy the road this summer.
I have an Indy 500 feature.